let's look at yellow mixed with blue. Now, ultramarine blue is not a very strong blue, but I still would approach it a little more careful. Until you get a green. Now let's just take a look at yellow and some phthalo. Look at the difference. Why is this green brighter than this green? Can you see the difference? It is because ultramarine has a little red in it. And the little bit of red in it starts to tone the green. So this is a truer green. And you choose your blue for your beginning palette from the way it mixes. Well, there's one more mix we need to look at before you decide. And that is purple, red and blue. And there's with the ultramarine and crimson. Now that's pretty hard to see, so I'm going to do a little trick. And take a look at it here with white. Now let's look at phthalo. And red. And this again is crimson. Put a little more red to it. Let's check it with some white. Now I've gotten a little there's my purples. So I've gotten a tiny bit too much red in this. This shows me I do. So here's a purple. Now, first of all, it's very dark. So that's a hint if you're working with a limited palette. So we look at our purple and we look and we see it's very, very dark. And so like this mix could be used as a black in your painting, which is something we'll go into a bit later. The one purple I didn't show you was if you take as your choice of reds Naphthol Red Light and you add a blue, you'll get a slightly, let's see, that was phthalo. Yeah. You'll get a slightly different purple. See, again, it's so dark. I want to show you because this is a really good black here. Phthalo blue and Naphthol Red Light. The reason why it makes an excellent black, so you can see the gray, is that there is some yellow in this, and then you have your other two primaries. You have your blue in this. So if you have all three primaries, you're getting a tertiary. This is a pretty gray, pretty mixed black. Phthalo and crimson. Now let's up the red a bit. See, you're also learning when you start mixing how strong a color is. One of your primaries. You learn a little bit about how strong it is. Now, there's a purple. So, our lowest denominator, or our lowest division, is a primary, red, yellow, blue, primary colors. There's a primary, and a primary. Now this is a secondary. Primary, secondary. Now, you can see that by mixing, you have a hard time in some mixes staying more like the value of a true grassy green. If you wanted that, the only way you could get it would be to add, say, instead of one blue, two blues. If you wanted true bright oranges, the only way would be to have both reds here. So it's pretty hard to say to someone who wants to get down to three colors, black and white, to make light colors, to make dark colors. It's pretty hard to say to them, you can always have intense colors. Intense means how bright or dull a color is.